So what is the best Mac you can buy right now for around $1,000 in 2021? I'm going to show you. All right, welcome back. If you're used to my channel, you know that I like to find really good stuff technology-wise for cheap. If it works good and I think it's good and it's not that expensive, I'll go ahead and do a video on it. What is the best Mac you can get right now for around $1,000, give or take, in 2021 that I think is the best one? And it's more for doing video editing and doing like YouTube videos, or if you have some kind of work that you want to do on it, what is the best one you can buy right now? We're going to get into it. I'm going to go through basically all the pros, show you what they're all about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to go through all the cons, just a couple of them, and show you maybe why you wouldn't want to buy this. If you watch my channel, you may already know what this is going to be. Stay tuned though, it's going to be interesting. These are some new topics. I really thought about this. So what is this Mac that I'm talking about? We're going to get into it. Stay tuned. Let's go. Believe it or not, it's the 2017 27-inch iMac, and this is the base model, the i5. Before you click off the video, just watch. I'm going to prove it to you right now. All right, number one, it's the upgradability. I mean, basically, the new ones don't have this. This 2017, it basically allows you to upgrade the RAM just by opening up the back slot super easily. You can upgrade to the newest OS really easily, and you can even boot off an external SSD drive, which I do and I have videos on. Check those out. But I have, a gigabyte or, a terabyte of space for SSD space. I can add right to it and boot right off of it, and it works perfectly. So upgradability, let me just show you. So I boot off this external drive from OWC. It's called the Mercury Elite. It's got a 500 gig SSD in there. And also I upgraded my RAM to 24 gigs of RAM, and so I love this thing. You can upgrade it to even 64. If you look at Apple's official page here, you can see that it's got 4 memory slots, base memory is 8, but you can go up to 64 gigabytes. And anyways, it's just a great machine to upgrade. Number 2, price. Around $1,000 for a 5K screen. Not only are you getting a 27-inch 5K beautiful screen, that screen usually costs $1,200 if you buy it separate, like through Samsung or someone else that sells 5K screens. And then you're getting a computer for free on top of it, and all for around $1,000 right now. If you can find one out there, and I'll show you a couple links. I'll have links in the description of where you can find them. Long story short, though, for that money, price is a huge key. So let's go ahead and take a look where you can find it. All right, and I'll have a link in the description to this. I mean, I'm not sure, you may have to look around for them because these won't last forever. But here they are, right around $1,000. You can see it. It's the i5 version. So, just check it out on Amazon, and you can usually find these. They're going to be refurbished, though. Performance. This thing can fly. I have 24 gigs of RAM in mine, but I'm going to show you just in a second what I actually like to do on it. What is my workload like? I say it's a great performance, as far as the way I use it, because of the screen is huge, number one. So if I'm doing video editing and things like that, it's really nice to work on, and that's one of the main reasons I use it all the time. Screen's incredible. Beyond that, though, let's just go ahead and show you. I mean, what is my workflow? I mean, why is this so good, and why do I think this is the best thing to work on? All right, for starters, I'm a video editor. I do YouTube videos. Never had a problem with this machine. I do 4K editing on this. I have 24 gigs of RAM in the machine. It works flawlessly, meaning it never skips a beat, never drops a frame, and everything just holds up really well with 4K editing. I have a Panasonic G7 on that, so that's my first thing. Second thing is going to be just web browsing and going and watching YouTube videos, everything else. Just very snappy, never bogs down, just a really good experience overall. Number 3 is going to be just more content creating. If you're not a video editor, but you do use things like, just presentation tools or Word documents, things like that, it works really, really well. No stuttering, no problems. It runs every program super good. Also, if you go to the App Store, you can see that it's going to be, you can get it up to the newest OS. It's going to run all the newest apps that you have there. So that's another positive with this older machine as well. And also, if you're a music producer, again, same thing. No problem. It can run, this is just GarageBand, but it can run it just fine, and I have absolutely no problems with it. So if you like that kind of stuff, this works as well. So to wrap it up, I mean, overall, it's just something that works for me. I mean, it just seems like it's more snappy than some of the newer, Windows machines out there, and it's, 4 years old. Number 4 is going to be very similar, the size of it. Of course, you can get a little MacBook or something like that, which I have, 13-inch MacBook. It's hard to do video editing on that. It's really difficult to see what you're actually doing. So this is great. It's 27 inches, just makes it a pleasant experience. Content creation, any type of stuff like that is just incredible on this. Let's take a look. Let's be honest, I'm not getting any younger. So with my bad eyes, they're getting worse every year. I can see the screen. Don't have to squint at things. Just creating videos is just a pleasure. A resale. You pick one of these up right now, and in 3 years, you'll probably be able to sell it for 60 to 70% of the total cost. 5K screen, still going to have an i5 in it, upgrade the RAM. So you're talking, $1,000, you might sell it for 600 later. So it's going to be the cost really, but it's also just the resale value. And that's one of the main ones I want to kind of cover here. So another positive is going to be ports. And this thing has just a ton of ports on it. Again, the MacBook, the MacBooks you have, my 13-inch MacBook has just 2 Thunderbolt ports. This has got a ton of different ports. It's got, USB-A, Type C, SD card, everything else. So if you like ports, the only thing that sucks is it's kind of on the back of the machine, which you have to deal with, but sometimes it's hard to get around there and get them plugged in. But if you like ports, it's a great machine. And then finally, it's going to be, consuming content on this. Again, same kind of a thing with the smaller screen and all these little MacBooks and stuff. I have them, they're great. Depends if you're going to a coffee shop or not, but if you're going to have a dorm room, let's say, or you want a TV in your room, but you don't want to actually have a large TV, pick one up, have one of these sitting in your room. It's just like having a 27-inch TV. Great to consume content, 4K content's beautiful on YouTube. Works perfectly, never stutters, is a workhorse. So you just gotta love it. All right, so let's cover some of the cons, and we'll go through these really quickly. Number one, you're not going to get the newest and greatest M1 chip, which is really fast. That also allows you to use some iOS apps and things like that as well, so it's some newer technology. But the i5 Intel base is going to be compatible for a long time with Rosetta, things like that actually translate the software. So you're not really losing out, and it is a workhorse. And at the end of the day, I don't think you can get rid of it. Like I said, in a couple years, sell it. Not a huge deal, but you're not getting the M1 chip. Number two, for a con can be, I also use it as a positive. Right now you can upgrade to the newest OS, but for how long? That's going to be the question. So if you're concerned about that, again, if you sell it in a couple of years, it's not even going to be a question. It's probably going to be, 5 years, maybe somewhere in that range. But if you're really concerned about that, obviously, you have to weigh that as a con. Number three con, and it's not really a con, but it's cost. Around $1,000 or $1,100, it's comparable with any other Mac. It's one of the cheaper ones you can buy. So I don't even want to say it's a con, but it's not an inexpensive piece of hardware. But for what you get with the 5K screen, the computer attached, everything, around it, the OS, it's a beautiful thing. But at the end of the day, $1,000 is $1,000, and it's sometimes hard to stomach. And then the elephant number 4 in the room is going to be portability. So if you're someone that likes to go to the coffee shop, obviously pre-COVID or hopefully post-COVID, and you want to do your work there, don't want to be one of the people. Let me show you you don't want to be one of these people. But at the end of the day, again, you can't really move it around. But I actually like that because I can concentrate in my office and get my work done. So here we go. So why did I choose the 2017 base model 27-inch iMac as the number 1 computer you can buy in 2021? I listed all the reasons, but it really comes down to just the enjoyment of using the machine. The machine never stutters on me. It's able to do creative content all the time. The screen's huge, beautiful screen for watching and creating content. And it's $1,000, which is one of the least expensive options you have of buying a macOS machine right now. The M1 chips are beautiful. They're coming out. They're going to be super fast. The M1Xs are coming out soon. They're going to be even faster. But how much power do you need? This thing has plenty for me. May not for you, but for I would say 95% of the population, this is perfect. So that is why I chose it, and that's why I continue to talk about it. Obviously, when you buy a computer like this, it's a lot of money. I bought it for a little bit more, and I'm going to sell it maybe in a couple years, and maybe I'll pick up a 2019, and it's going to even be more upgradable for even a couple more years, so maybe I'll buy one of those. I like the ability to upgrade things on the systems, boot off an external SSD. I like the options of being able to just handle that kind of stuff without spending thousands of dollars. So that's just me. So let me know what you guys think in the comments if this helps anyone. I'll have a link to where you can find these for around $1,000, although that could change. They could dry up, and then that link may not work. Anyways, let me know what you think about the video and subscribe to my channel if you can. I like to make videos on all kind of technology, Apple, some PC, and some gadgets. So talk to you soon. Peace.